Chosen one, you woke up today with a strange feeling, like something shifted, like the atmosphere around you changed. And that's because it did. While you slept last night, a battle was fought for you in the spiritual realm. The enemy planned something that could have altered your destiny, but God intervened before you even opened your eyes. You have no idea how close the attack got. You have no idea what was trying to reach you. You have no idea the level of protection that surrounded your bed while you rested. Something happened last night, and only God knows the full story. Your spirit felt it. Your body sensed it. That heaviness, that sudden wake-up, that chill without reason. It was not random. Heaven went to war to ensure you woke up this morning protected, chosen, and undefeated. You didn't see it. You didn't feel it happen. But God made sure you survived it. Chosen one, something in you feels unfamiliar today. You woke up, looked around, and nothing seemed physically different. And yet, everything feels spiritually changed. There is a calmness that wasn't there before. A strange awareness in your chest. A sense that something happened while you weren't conscious to witness it. Your spirit knows what your mind hasn't caught up to yet. Because last night, heaven moved. You may have gone to sleep exhausted, emotionally drained, or spiritually overwhelmed, but you didn't wake up in the same state. God restored what life tried to drain out of you. He strengthened parts of you that were growing weak. He realigned what was spiritually out of place. You opened your eyes this morning as someone who survived a battle you were never even fully aware of. And that is what divine protection looks like. Sometimes God doesn't warn you about the attack because He already handled it. Sometimes He doesn't reveal the danger because He already defeated it. Sometimes He lets you sleep through the war because the victory has already been written with your name on it. What you're feeling right now is not confusion, it's spiritual transition. Your spirit is adjusting to a new level of safety, authority, and clarity. You are sensing the aftermath of something that was removed from your path. Something heavy that broke off you. Something dark that can no longer follow you. Have you noticed the air around you feels lighter? Your thoughts feel different. Your heart feels protected. That's because God did surgery on your spirit overnight. He removed spiritual weight you didn't realize you were carrying. He blocked attacks you didn't know were forming. He silenced voices that were planning against you. He fought for territory in your life that the enemy desperately wanted to claim. You woke up today not by habit, but by victory. There's a reason you're still here. There's a reason you didn't wake up anxious. There's a reason your heart feels strangely peaceful. Your survival was intentional. The devil wanted today to be the day you gave up, but God made it the day you rise up. Heaven did not let the enemy touch your purpose. Angels stood guard and refused to let darkness cross the threshold of your destiny. Chosen one, this is why your soul feels alert. This is why your intuition is heightened. This is why today feels different. Because spiritually, it is. You didn't just wake up into a new morning. You woke up into a new level. Last night, God shifted something major in the unseen realm. And today, your spirit is starting to feel the change. Chosen one, the greatest advantage you have in this life is that God sees what you cannot. He sees every intention before it becomes action. He sees every spiritual plan before it reaches the physical world. And last night, He saw something coming your way that your spirit was not yet prepared to confront. The enemy targeted you during the hours where the human body is weakest, when the mind is resting, when the defenses are lowered, when the soul is quiet. He wanted to strike at a moment you couldn't fight back. He wanted to plant confusion into your dreams, fear into your thoughts, and heaviness onto your chest. He wanted to access your destiny while you were unaware of the battle. But God stepped in first. Before the attack formed, heaven reacted. Before the enemy could enter your space, angels were already standing around you. Before the darkness attempted to touch you, God surrounded your room with a shield the enemy could not break. The battle never reached you because God intercepted it in the spiritual realm. There's a reason the enemy came at night. He cannot face you while you are fully awake in your strength. He knows that when you are conscious, you fight back. He knows that when you are aware, you pray. He knows that when you rise, heaven backs you, so he tried to come in silence, thinking you would be defenseless. But chosen one, God does not sleep. He does not close his eyes. He does not take his attention off of you for a single moment. Your Father saw the attack before it ever made its move. And instead of waking you up in panic, instead of letting you feel the impact, instead of allowing fear to enter, he said, "No, not this one, not tonight." Your protection is not passive. It is forceful, strategic, and immediate. God doesn't wait for the enemy to strike. He destroys the plan before it unfolds. He dismantles the danger before it reaches your doorstep. What the enemy prepared for you last night was met with a greater power long before the battle ever reached you. Some nights, you don't sleep because your spirit is fighting. But last night, you slept because God fought. There were things you did not feel because God did not let you feel them. There were darts you did not see because God did not let them near you. There were traps that never triggered because heaven disabled them at the root. The attack never became your burden because it never became your reality. You woke up today still chosen, still protected, still strong, still aligned with destiny. The enemy planned something against you, but he forgot one thing. God always sees him coming. And when God sees danger forming against one of his chosen ones, he strikes first. Chosen one. While your eyes were closed, heaven was wide awake. You did not see the battle, but angels did. You did not hear the threats, but they confronted every one. You did not feel the impact, because angels absorbed every blow meant for you. There are nights where your spirit wrestles, but last night, the angels fought on your behalf. Scripture says, angels are assigned to protect those who belong to God, and you are one of his greatest assignments. The enemy had a plan formed in the darkness, and he thought he found the perfect moment. He saw exhaustion. He saw vulnerability. He saw opportunity. But what he didn't see was the army of heaven surrounding you. Angels guarded your doorway. Angels stood at the foot of your bed. Angels filled the room where you slept. They were not just present, they were active. Because the enemy did not just come to interfere. He came to destroy, distract, and derail your destiny. But he failed, because God sent warriors to ensure you woke up today with purpose, still intact. The devil tried to access your future, but angels blocked the entrance. He tried to tamper with your mind, but angels shielded your thoughts. He tried to weaken your spirit, but angels reinforced your strength. You may have noticed moments in the night where you woke up suddenly with no explanation that was not random. Your spirit sensed the presence of battle, that sudden tension in your chest, that shift in your breathing, that moment you turned in bed without knowing why. Those were spiritual signals that heaven was interrupting an attack. The enemy does not fight those who are headed nowhere. He fights those who are chosen for greatness. He was terrified of what you were stepping into. He wanted to sabotage the next chapter before it even began. But angels refused to let his plan move forward even one step. Not because you are perfect, not because you are stronger, but because God decided that your purpose is too important to be disrupted. You woke up this morning, not just alive, but victorious. No weapon formed against you stood a chance. No demonic force could pass the boundary God established. No spiritual attack could infiltrate the walls heaven built around you. You do not see angels, but they are assigned to see everything coming your way. And last night, they earned another victory in your name. Chosen one, never doubt the power that surrounds you. You are protected when you are awake, but you are guarded even more when you sleep. What visited your room last night was not fear. It was the presence of warriors defending your destiny. Chosen one, sometimes the greatest miracles don't arrive while you're awake. They arrive while you're resting. Because when your mind finally stops trying to control the outcome, God is free to move without your worry interfering. Last night was not simply a night of sleep. It was a night of divine restructuring in your life. Heaven didn't only defend you, heaven advanced you. While you slept, God activated the very breakthrough you have been praying for. There were blessings that needed a moment of stillness to relocate themselves into your timeline. There were doors that needed to open without you overthinking how they would. There were obstacles that needed to be silently removed from your path so that when you move forward now, nothing stands in the way. Breakthrough doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives in silence. You didn't wake up the same because your situation didn't remain the same. Something shifted, something accelerated, something aligned. God made adjustments that will change the next chapter of your life. Assignments were transferred. Connections were activated. Opportunities were released. Enemies were blocked. While your body waited, your destiny moved. You may notice over the next few days that things begin to flow smoother than before. Conversations open where there was once tension. Ideas start coming with clarity. People show up with unexpected favor. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. You are stepping into the evidence of what happened last night. There is a reason your burdens feel lighter today. There is a reason the negative voices in your mind have quieted. There is a reason your hope feels stronger again. Breakthrough entered while you were unaware. God has a way of rewarding your perseverance in moments where you least expect it. You've cried, you've fought, you've prayed, you've waited. And heaven said, enough. You reached the point where pain had served its purpose. Now progress is taking the lead. Everything that was held up is starting to move. Everything the enemy tried to delay is being accelerated. Everything that felt stuck is being released. You may not know when this transformation began, but God does. He chose last night. Because breakthrough arrives at the exact time the enemy is certain you cannot overcome. God waited for the moment. Darkness assumed it had the advantage. And then he reversed everything in silence. You slept through the miracle, but you will live through the results. Chosen one, do not underestimate what God did while you rested. You woke up today standing in a victory you didn't have to fight for. You stepped into a new level that you didn't struggle to reach. You opened your eyes into a future the enemy failed to stop. Breakthrough isn't coming. It has already begun. How the enemy lost and didn't even see it coming. Chosen one, the enemy is not just defeated. He is humiliated. He set his plans, gathered his forces, and approached you last night believing he would finally gain ground in your life. He expected access. He expected authority. He expected victory. But what he encountered instead was a wall of divine protection he could not breach. While the enemy studied your weakness, God strengthened your defense. He underestimated how guarded you are by heaven. He underestimated the angels assigned to your destiny. He underestimated who you really belong to. The enemy came confidently, but he left terrified, because he realized something he had ignored for too long. You are untouchable when God steps in. The enemy didn't just fail last night, he learned a lesson. You are not an easy target. You are a chosen vessel. You are spiritually defended. He thought he was making progress during your quiet season. He thought silence meant vulnerability. He mistook your resting for weakness. But rest is a weapon in the hands of the chosen. And while you rested, God struck. The enemy has now witnessed firsthand that every attempt to destroy you results in a greater elevation for you. Every attack he launches becomes evidence of how protected you truly are. And now he is frustrated, confused, panicking, because nothing he tried worked. He lost a battle he was convinced he would win. He lost a territory in your life that he thought he controlled. He lost access to parts of you he once manipulated. The enemy will always test spiritual boundaries. But last night, he discovered yours are fortified by God himself. This is why today feels lighter. This is why fear can't grip you like it used to. This is why the atmosphere around you has changed. The enemy now knows what heaven has known all along. You are not available for destruction. Chosen one, you may feel small sometimes, but the enemy sees the giant God defends. You may feel ordinary, but hell sees the warrior God empowers. The battle ended while you dreamed. Victory was sealed before you opened your eyes, and the enemy is now aware. Every time he comes for you, he is stepping into his own defeat. He did not just lose the fight. He lost the future influence he hoped to have over you. You woke up undefeated, because the war was won without you needing to lift a single hand. Chosen one, God never moves in secrecy without releasing evidence afterward. What happened last night was spiritual, but today, the physical signs will begin to follow. You're about to notice changes that may seem small to others, but to your spirit, they will feel like confirmations. Heaven wants you to understand that the attack failed and the shift succeeded. Pay attention to the atmosphere around you. Pay attention to the sudden calm. Pay attention to what feels different inside your heart and mind. The heaviness you carried yesterday will suddenly feel broken. The confusion that clouded your thoughts will begin to disappear. The fear that once lingered in your chest will have no voice today. Where there was anxiety, there will be peace. Where there was doubt, there will be assurance. Where there was silence, there will be guidance. There will be moments throughout the day a sudden deep breath, a random moment of relief, a thought that brings clarity, a peace that comes out of nowhere. And that is the sign that your spirit is operating from victory instead of survival. Doors that were stuck will begin to open again. People who were distant may reach out unexpectedly. Opportunities you thought were gone may reappear. Ideas may flow with ease, like they were waiting for this exact moment. Blessings will begin to align themselves, not by force, but by divine momentum. Even the way others treat you will shift. Some will look at you differently, not knowing why. Some will be drawn to you without understanding what changed, and some will avoid you suddenly, because the darkness in them recognizes the light rising in you. The spiritual realm already knows what happened last night, and now the physical world is catching up. You will also notice that certain habits or temptations lose their grip on you. Old desires will no longer have power. Old wounds will not sting the way they used to. Old attachments will feel incompatible with who you are becoming. Because God closed spiritual doors that the enemy once kept open. And there's another sign. Your intuition is sharper. Your awareness is heightened. Your discernment is active. You are going to feel truth before you see it. You are going to sense danger before it manifests. You are going to recognize alignment immediately. Today is not just another day. It is day one after a major spiritual victory. Your steps will feel guided. Your heart will feel lighter. Your future will feel closer. Chosen one, what happened last night was not random. It was a turning point, a spiritual reset, a divine transition into your next chapter. So look around, pay attention, trust the signs. God is revealing through subtle shifts today that you are waking up in the aftermath of a battle heaven has already won. What heaven decided about your future. Chosen one, last night wasn't just a battle, it was a decision. Heaven didn't only defend you, heaven made a ruling concerning your destiny. A decree was spoken in your favor. A spiritual judgment was issued that the enemy can no longer appeal. God finalized something last night regarding your future. And from this moment forward, the course of your life has been permanently altered. This was not a small decision. It was not a minor adjustment. It was a life-shifting, purpose-defining, heavenly announcement. You are moving forward, and nothing can stop it now. For so long, your future felt delayed. Barriers blocked progress. Resistance kept rising every time you tried to grow. Doors would open and then slam shut. Breakthrough felt close, then suddenly disappeared. You questioned if you were cursed. You wondered if God forgot you. You feared that maybe your calling was fading. But last night, God made it official. The delay has ended. The warfare has shifted. The promise is now in motion. The enemy tried one last time to interfere, and that very attempt sealed the victory in your favor. God did not just protect you from an attack. He used that attack as the final evidence that you are ready for the next level. Heaven declared that the door you're about to walk through will not close this time. The opportunity you're about to receive will not be taken. The blessing that's coming will not be delayed. The verdict on your life is elevation. Your name is being written into higher places. Your purpose is being repositioned for visibility. Your future is no longer on hold. From now on, every move you make is divinely supported. Every step leads you forward. Every connection is intentional. Every blessing is protected. And let this sink in. Your enemies were present in this decision, but only as proof. Their attempt exposed their weakness. Their jealousy exposed their motives. Their attack exposed your growth. Heaven looked at the evidence and ruled, "This one is ready." You are now stepping into a future that God Himself approved, and no darkness can reverse that approval. You will look back on this day and recognize that was the moment everything turned. Chosen one, God has spoken over your destiny. And when heaven speaks, creation obeys. When heaven commands, alignment follows. When heaven declares, manifestation begins. Your future is sealed. Your victory is active. Your elevation is scheduled. Last night, heaven made a choice. And that choice was you. Chosen one, listen closely. Because God needs this truth to settle deep into your spirit. You survived last night because you are chosen, not lucky, not random, not overlooked by the enemy. Chosen, marked, protected by divine assignment. The enemy did not attack you because you are weak. He attacked you because you are dangerous. He attacked you because your calling is big. He attacked you because your future is powerful. What he tried to stop is exactly what God is about to accelerate. You didn't wake up this morning just to continue life as usual. You woke up stepping into a new level of spiritual authority. There is a reason the enemy is frustrated. There is a reason the atmosphere feels different. There is a reason your heart feels stronger. You are beginning to walk in what God already finished in heaven. God protected you last night because you are too important to His plan. You are too necessary for your assignment. You are too impactful for the people you are destined to lead and influence. There are breakthroughs attached to your existence. There are souls tied to your obedience. There is change assigned to your voice. You couldn't be taken out because the story needs you in it. And let this truth remove every remaining fear. If the enemy could have destroyed you, you would not be here today. The attack didn't fail because you were strong. It failed because God refused to lose you. You are guarded by purpose. You are surrounded by angels. You are covered by a promise that cannot be cancelled. So now walk boldly, stand confidently, move forward knowing heaven has already gone ahead of you. The devil threw his best last night, and it wasn't enough. God proved that no weapon formed against you will prosper. He proved that no darkness can dim what He has anointed. He proved that your destiny is beyond the reach of every enemy. Chosen one, from this moment on, walk like you are protected. Breathe like you are favored. Live like you are chosen, because you are. Last night was the enemy's attempt to stop you, but today is God's announcement that your purpose is unstoppable. He didn't just protect you. He pushed you closer to everything He promised. The danger passed. The threat failed. The victory is yours. God protected you because heaven has plans for you that hell cannot prevent. You are chosen, and nothing will ever change that.